Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you once again for joining us for today's very important session. So, we're looking at energy management from a facilities manager's perspective, and I'm hoping that you get the very best from this session today. If you have been to the previous sessions, we have shared the recordings for two of our sessions on energy efficiency as the first fuel, and we have a second recording from the session we had last week where we talked about bridging energy management gaps through metering in higher institutions. So this week we would go into a very interesting topic, and I would like to introduce to you our very special guest today, Dr. Olumide Aina. Um, he is the president of a very important and foremost facility management association in Nigeria, and he would get us through this session in roughly about 30 minutes, and after which the floor will be open for our questions. Please, you can note your questions down, and at the end of the presentation, we will get a chance to ask as many questions as possible. And I'm sure that Dr. Olumide is open and willing to answer as many questions as possible. So now I'll hand over to Dr. Olumide to introduce himself and also to begin the presentation. Thank you very much.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Let me first share my video so that you can all see me. Good afternoon. Can you all see me?
Yes, sir.
I just want to be certain. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so delighted to be here today to share with you my knowledge over the years in terms of energy management, sustainability, in the built environment. Firstly, I would like you to thank you for inviting me on behalf of our association of Facilities Management Practitioners Nigeria. I bring greetings from the Board of Trustees Chairman, ESV Stephen Jagun, and also all the members of our National Executive Council, to say thank you very much for this opportunity. We are always available, delighted to share our knowledge and to influence people in terms of facilities management. This is one of the most important professions in the world. Okay, so I will go ahead to express, to share my thoughts. So this is not a radio station. Okay, so you can pen down your questions so that at the end of it, we can engage more. So this is not about throwing slides to you. In fact, I can finish my slides in the next 5-10 minutes. I can talk about all my slides in the next 5-10 minutes, right? So I may not follow the slides in this particular order, but we can engage so that we can. It's very practical. Unfortunately, I don't really know how to cram, but just to express myself so that you can understand. Okay, my name is Olumide Aina. I'm a facility manager. So I love FM and I love energy management sustainability. Mr. Ina that introduced me is someone that I also look up to in energy management. So I'm sure he knows that it's just been modest. It's how we started together, and I know where he is right now. He has gone really, really far. Most times when I see some of his impacts, I really, clap for him, say he's doing a great job. So you guys are doing a great job. Thank you very much again. Next slide, please. So today we're actually looking at, energy management, the built environment. So as a facility manager or as a custodian in terms of managing the built environment, our role is not just to provide energy. Our role is not just to ensure that there's power. Our role is not just to ensure that there's functionality. FM, in short for facilities management, is about managing the built assets and ensuring the functionalities of all the built assets. That is the essence of facilities management. Good user experience and the functionality. Sustainability is also part of facilities management. You cannot be solving problem while creating another problem. You cannot be providing energy while depleting the ozone layer. So as a facility manager or as a facilities management enthusiast or the built environment enthusiast or sustainability enthusiast, your solution is to bring up innovative, creative ways to solve problems and ensure that you don't create another problem for the next generation so that these two can have opportunities to live their own life without creating problem for generations yet unborn. So that's a loop, is a chain reaction. So we have to be very mindful of the way we do our things in the built environment. So energy management is very, very important. In fact, when you are talking about managing the built environment, energy after HR, energy is the next thing for facility managers. After HR, the next big thing is energy. That's where your customers, your client, the investors want to check the balance sheet. How much did you consume? What's the NEPA bill? Why am I consuming this much? What's going on? What are you doing about it as a facility manager? These are pertinent questions that fundamentally needs to be asked. Okay, so it's very vital, and this presentation is going to be like a guide to us that have keen interest in the built environment, so that you can imbibe this culture, this understanding, and the necessary skill sets that you need to acquire to be able to manage future challenges or your current challenges and become a champion or a star in your workplace or in your homes. Next slide, please. Energy management is a systematic control and optimization of energy usage within the facilities. Its purpose is to minimize, both consumption and costs, not just consumption alone, but cost. Alignment, operational efficiency with sustainability goals. The SDG, 17 SDG goals will be at the forefront of whatever you are doing to ensure that you're not just providing solutions, you are providing solutions that are sustainable, that stand the test of time. You understand? And also cost effective. When you talk about sustainability, you look at the 3 Ps, the people, the place, the profit. Right there, the people is very significant. How these things affect us. Profit and the workplace also is important. So, but the most important part are the human beings that are living within that space. Your generation of carbon, how is it affecting people? How is it affecting their lifestyle? How are they enjoying the space that you have created so far? So all these things are very, very important. So you must be able to be accountable in terms of your energy management. It's not just throwing words outside. Like one singer recently, Davido, his song, he said it's not about chop, it's about showing working. So as a facility manager, you cannot be talking. You have to show working what you are doing. Your clients or your customers, they are not interested in your grammar. They are not interested in all those letters that are in front of your name. Practical solutions. What are the practical solutions that you are bringing to the table? So we'll discuss about them, discuss about systematic technologies that are also available that you can jump on to start building the capacity for yourself. And for those of you that have experience, you need to start applying this experience. Knowledge is not enough, but the application of knowledge brings that transformation. Next slide. Next slide. Okay. Next slide. I've discussed the importance of facility management. Next slide. I know I'm certain that I'll talk about. So, what are the current trends? What are these current trends in energy management as a guide to facility manager? So it's about looking at available solutions. Ordinary QR code, quick response code. You understand? QR code, that's either rectangular shaped that has several designs on it, codes. They are all actually codes. You understand? If you decipher them, they are in ones and zeros. They are binary codes that you not see with your naked eyes. It's a Japanese that developed such solutions in the early 90s. So there are no new solutions, but they are rapidly used now because people are running away from use of paper. They want to run a paperless system. They want to run a system whereby things can be rapid, things can be done easily with better visibility. Ordinary QR code can save you a lot, can save your diesel costs, can save your travel time. People don't even need to come to the office. We just QR code. They need to sign their attendance wherever they are. So you don't need to put on that AC. You don't need to put on that generator. You don't need to on any illumination. People don't even need to come to the office. I'll give you an example. I started my facilities management business 8 years ago, right? When I started with a virtual office, and I'm still using a virtual office till tomorrow. Do you get it? A lot of people laughed at me. Your clients will not do this. They will not come to you. I said, what are you talking about? Things have changed. Even far before COVID-19, I used to tell my students, far before COVID-19, guess what? I've managed a wind power plant. I've managed Access Bank. I've managed several hospitals. I've managed several banks. I've done big projects. I've done international projects. None of my clients has visited my office. None, not even one. Well, yes, the place of integrity, goodwill is there. But what's the point? They too they don't want to even spend their money on logistics. They do background checks on you, whether you are financially capable, technically capable, they'll see your submission. And that's enough for them. In this age and time, who wants to be traveling from one place to the other? So ordinary QR code can solve problems for you. And in terms of metering too, you can meter your water, you can check the quality of your air, you can do indoor air quality, you can check your consumption in terms of electricity that you use. Even the solar solutions that you have provided, you can measure it. For FMs, measurement is key to us. What is not measured cannot be managed. That is our slogan. So you need to measure, you need to take scientific decisions, not hearsays, not based on emotions. Your business does not understand emotions. Your workplace does not understand emotions. It's about the reality. You are consuming 1,000 liters of diesel every month. The emotions will not change it. Pray from now to tomorrow, it will not change the consumption of that generator. So what do you need to do? You work in a bank, you have 12-point agenda that CBN has given to you as a target to meet. Every month you need to report to CBN that you are doing something about sustainability, that you are going fully net zero, that you are not generating any carbon, or you are partially going, you are in incremental success. That okay, you have installed, you have put all your illumination, your lighting system on solar. That saves 30%, and you can scientifically and organically prove your cost savings with metering solutions. Ordinary check meter. Don't let us even go to smart solutions. Let's start from check meter. Ordinary check meter can help you to control what you use. Ordinary check meters. That in itself can help control that. And that could be a starter for you as a facility manager or a lover of the built environment. So we're now going to smart solutions, real time, online. Reality, you start seeing things happening. The spikes based on consumption during peak period, during off-peak period, you start seeing things. You start seeing a whole lot of activities. You start seeing a whole lot of actions happening within your workspaces, and you'll be taking informed decisions. Nobody will come and start telling you anything. Informed decisions. Sir, our closing time now is 4:30. You guys have to stagger your coming to the office. You cannot be coming to the office every day, because you've calculated that if they come 3 times in a week, you'll be able to save additional 40% plus the 30% you have saved, and you calculate all that and be able to present that to the management. That's when they will see you're working. It's not just I have a CFM, I have a CEA, I have a CEM certified. I'm a certified energy manager. I have my master's in Toronto. I've worked with Access Bank. I've worked with Fidelity Bank. Nobody cares about that now. What value are you bringing to the table? So as a facility manager, these solutions are at your fingertips, and you need to start implementing them. You need to even start proposing these solutions to your management. That's why research is good. Okay, and at the end of the day, you are inadvertently meeting some compliance requirements, some regulatory requirements. We'll talk about that as we move forward. Next slide, please. Yeah. The principle of energy efficiency focuses on maximizing energy output while minimizing consumption. You want to generate enough electricity from the right source, from the source that it will not pollute the air, but you also want to maximize it to the highest order. So when there's NEPA, you are recharging your inverter. When there's no NEPA, you are using your solar power system, or you are using your CNG gas, or you are using other non-greenhouse gas power supply or source. That's when you are being articulate, you are being meticulous, you are being efficiency oriented. That's the principle of energy efficiency. The source is clean. The way you use it also is clean. It doesn't have any waste, any leftovers affecting the environment. So energy efficient systems are essential for long-term sustainability and cost savings. Cost savings. So solar is not the only solution that is available. It's not. You have thermal solution, you have regenerative energy solution, you have wind solutions. You understand? You have also hydro solution that you can use. You can create a small dam in your home. If you live close to a river or close to a place where there is torrential water flow, you can tap from it and you can create artificial torrential water flow with a dynamo. You can. So all these things are practical things that you can do. Most of you are engineers here. I have a background in engineering. Yes, sir. Mr. Chima has a background in electrical engineering. And with all this our knowledge, imagine we don't put all these things to use. What are we going to call ourselves? We'll be like hypocrites that you have so much knowledge and you cannot apply. So that was a challenge I gave to myself, when I was building my career. Say I cannot be a mechanical engineer and not come up with a solution in my lifetime. Shame on me. What will I tell my children? What would I tell my family? What would I tell people around me for the things I've done? Okay, so that's me. It's a personal thing. I'm not saying you should copy me, but I just feel like I have so much to give. So why can't I give my best? That's just my own perception and opinion, right? So next slide. So there are common energy wasting practices which we have to, avoid, even in our design stage. The building orientation. We don't follow the building orientation. As an architect, your client will harass you. And you say, I have to bow down to my client's requirements. And you create problem for the facility manager. The cost of construction and the cost of operations, there are two parallel lines they cannot meet. Cost of construction design is a far cry from operational costs for the next 30 to 50 years as considering the life cycle of the building. If you carry out a whole life cost appraisal of a building, is far, far much more expensive than the design and the build cost. Even the cost of the land. If the cost of the land is 1 billion, check how you are going to manage a place like that. Maybe on Afredo, one Ikoi or Banana Island. You spend billions in managing that property for the next 50 years. The retrofitting that you are going to do. A place whereby the total service charge in a year is about 100 million. Multiply that by 20 years, multiply that by 50 years. The cost of purchase of the land and maintenance and construction is a far cry to that. So, as professional facility managers or built environment enthusiasts, you just have to be very prepared. We have to, like I said, scientific in nature and also have the ability to ask questions, to verify things before we take decisions. Okay, so that helps us a lot. So we have to avoid waste, even from the design stage. I was given a design. As an engineer, I have my seal, my current seal, and to just put my seal on it. And I told them, can I have a look at the architectural drawing or the as-built drawing, if there is any? They said they only have the architectural drawing. That, okay, I just need my seal. And that was around 2016 that they will pay me 150,000. I think that's how much they charge, because I'm not really a practicing engineer per se. I just moved into practicing engineering fully again. I left core engineering as far back as 2012, 2013. I left core engineering and focused on facilities management, but I'm back to engineering now. So around that 2016, some people brought something for me to architectural drawing to stamp. So my name will be there, my current registered number is going to be there. So I looked at the working drawings, and I saw the design from the restroom. Number one, it doesn't have a floor drain. That's not even the issue. That's plumbing issue. But the orientation of the building was very, very poor. Was not so so even the position of the window is so high that you'll not be able to have sun rays, natural lighting. So everything is just blocked. I'm talking about a high-rise building. I was even expecting that they were going to use frame type of design for the building, but everything is just blocked. There was no glass, introduction of glass, and this project is a very big project. It's in Ikeja, and I pointed out all these errors to them. Said, "Oh, we are just wasting time. Collect your 150K, easy money, just stamp it." I said, "No, I'm not going to stamp. I will not allow current to start chasing me up and down, and I don't want to lose my license and also my credibility in the industry." So I said, "Correct this thing now. Call your architects. Let's do this thing together. Correct." They didn't agree, so I didn't rubber stamp it. I just left it like that. So if they are, maybe they would have found one hungry engineer and that one would have stamped it, collected 150. It would have created problem for the facility managers to manage that space. Serious problem for them. So at that particular time, waste has already been introduced to them. Waste. Problem has already been created for the facility manager. Ab initio. And that problem is going to be a generational problem. Unfortunately, the client, the developer, and everybody will want the facility manager to perform miracles. That's the next thing they want us to perform, miracle, for something to just transform, just abracadabra, and solve all those design construction problems. It's not like that. Okay, so, and one of the key things for us as facility manager is occupant satisfaction. In my life as a facility manager, we've gotten a query because a client was not satisfied with the indoor air quality. And instead of us deflecting, it's developer's problem, it's a construction manager problem, blah, 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 blah. There's this part of the apartment is always hot, even when the ambient environment is cold, because there's no easy airflow in that space, and the place is always dampy. So it was a design error. We had to pull down the wall, we designed that space a little bit and introduce artificial air, powering it by a solar panel, artificial air to remove the dampness and also try to make room for airflow, natural airflow into that space, which worked and solved that problem. So that in itself is extra money. They spend a lot of money. They spend close to 3 million in getting that solved. Yes, I got my consultancy fee, but that could have been avoided a lot. So you don't design, you don't propose without considering the aftermath. A 10 or 50 unit estate, you now propose a 500 kVA generator. You will say you are using rule of thumb. You are a quack. If you are using rule of thumb, you are a quack. Facility managers, don't use rule of thumb. They measure. Without measurement, you can't manage. If you are not measuring and you are managing, you are a magician. That's what it means. You're a magician and you're a quack. You don't do that. Yes, you might have had experience over the years, 500 years of experience, but no two buildings are the same. No two buildings are the same external and internal issues. So you have to go there, assess. Except you have a BIM, building information modeling system, that integrated into the building. You have, a whole lot of information at your beck and call, virtual reality, that can access that building without being there. Augmented reality, that can see everything happening, the building frame, the building system, the slabs, the stanchion, and everything without going there. Yes, you can make informed decisions, but you don't have all that. You just say, how many story building is that building? It's 15-story building. What is, okay, which location is it? Okay, VI, Akinadeshola area. Okay. How many bedroom? Three bedroom, all. Like 400 kV will be okay for them. 400 kV will be okay for them. That's wrong. Either you oversize or undersize the generator capacity of that place, and you'll be creating problem for the user. Next slide, please. So there are varying technologies. I've even mentioned it before this slide. So we have smart meters, um, real-time online smart meters that captures your consumption, pattern of consumption, that measures your carbon footprint, that optimizes costs for you, that tells you how much you spend in terms of energy. When you switch to your solar panel, solar power solutions, and you're not using either generator or NEPA, it tells you your cost savings, and you're seeing all those figures. And with that, you can apply for your carbon credit to show that you are sustainably focused, you are contributing value to the built environment. Okay, so that helps in terms of energy management. So you have that visibility into what is actually happening. You measure first before you even say you go solar, so that you can appreciate the cost savings. Because everyone is going solar, you just go solar. You don't know what you are currently using. You don't know what you are saving. You don't know how you can even help your neighbor, probably to sell energy, excess energy to your neighbor, and also share your data to the world, what you are doing, like publishing your ideas, your solution, and you can even get grants. Can get grants, your building can be certified, whether LEED, whether Green Belt, whether EDGE certification, or a lot of certifications that can help you to boost and give confidence to your building. And that in turn is going to do what? Raise your building value. So you can command premium from such building because your building is a sustainably driven building. We have the heritage building of Alfred Iwani. We have you see this building where IFC is. It's also of Alfred Iwani. I've forgotten that name now of that building. We have Brown Building, Abuja. We have Next Oil. We have several buildings that are sustainable buildings. We have hotels that are sustainable hotels. We have yes, I think there's one estate being that was developed by Juba Limited. So when you move in, your solar panels are already there for you. It is net zero estate. You don't need to install any generator. You don't even need to connect to the national grid. Net zero. It runs 24/7 on solar solutions. So all this type of literacy technology helps you. And also in terms of data monitoring, data is like the blood that helps circulate your body, that carries nutrients from the oxygenated side of your blood to the deoxygenated side of your blood. And that's where you have life. We are living, we can talk, we can speak, all our organs are working well. So because with data, you start measuring, you start making informed decisions, you start improving what you have. Because you have solar that is giving you 30% savings, it doesn't mean you should stop there. Why can't you just go up? It's a form of investment. Calculate your payback period, your net present value, your future costs, your whole life costs, and that in itself, you start making informed decisions. You start talking to your management by figures, not just stories. Just one-page analysis of what has happened in the past 1 year, in the past 6 years, in the past 6 months, and the organization will be able to make informed decisions. The savings you have made, and believe you me, if you work in a reputable organization, every year they'll be giving you an award. There's a friend of mine, a one-time student, is a friend, Olumide. He works with PwC. I saw his post on LinkedIn yesterday, and I was thrilled. He completed a project in Dubai. He has completed projects in Ghana. He's a certified facility manager. He has a master's in facility management too. But guess what? He's using his knowledge productively. He's not just acquiring certification. He's using his knowledge productively. I also use myself as an example. I'm an inventor. I invented eChecker smart meter. A solution that has been world acclaimed by the World International Patent Organization. We're part of the last 10 best young projects, innovative projects in Nigeria for 2025. And anytime I see certificate, I'm always thrilled. I'm always happy with myself that I didn't just have head knowledge, I applied, and it's making sense for me. It's paving ways for me. One of our meters is being used by EcoBank. And that in itself is a pride for me. And I want to challenge you, every one of you here today. You have so much experience. Some of you have CM, CA, plenty certifications, even more than the one I can ever think or dream of. But please, show working. Show working. That is when we can have a better place. Look at somebody invented this solution that we are using today. Somebody. Do you get it? Somebody brought up this solution that we are using today. Let's do something for environment. Let's do something in our own lifetime. No matter how small. Sometimes you don't need to run alone. I started my business, my startup as a founder. Now I am a co-founder. Now I have investors because I've called people to join me in supporting me financially, technically, intellectually, to support me so that I can grow. Despite the advantages and challenges existing adopting renewable energy, there are high initial costs. It is expensive. It is expensive. Good solutions are expensive. That's why you have investment opportunities, payback period. There's a bank that supports renewable investment. That's Sterling Bank. My company has approached them before. They've not done anything for us, but there are a lot of things are in the pipeline. We've approached International Finance Corporation, IFC. They've not done anything for us, but there are a lot of potentials. So you keep knocking at the door, you don't give up. Do you understand? You keep knocking at that door, you don't give up, you don't lose hope because something has not worked out for you. So that's one major challenge, high cost. In fact, I was telling my brother and friend Chima about a renewable generator that I started working on since before COVID-19. I had to push it aside. I've already applied for my patent. I got an acknowledgement of my patent for that solution. I kid you not, I've spent a whole lot. I'm talking about millions of dollars on that project. A whole lot. A whole lot. Profit for my business and all those things put in there to get to where it is today. A 5 kVA renewable generator. We've already gotten it ready. It's just to scale to the higher capacity, 50, 100, 1,000 as we want it. So that requires a whole lot for us. So I had to abandon it to face my smart meter. And thank God I quickly pushed aside. Because if I had not launched this smart meter, I wouldn't have gotten the grant that I got from Tony Renewable Foundation. Okay, so I'm challenging you. I'm challenging all of you here today. You're coming here today is not to get another certification. I don't know if you are going to be given a certificate of attendance. My people, you don't need certificate of attendance. But if you need it, fine, you can have it. If for documentation. What you need is this knowledge, this motivation, the contacts you have to go back and learn. I had to go back to learn how to code. I had to go back to learn electricity. My background is mechanical engineering. I had some stints in electricity, but I had to go back to start learning electronics, how electronics interface, how they work together, gateways, and all those things. Start building up myself again. Age is just a number. So I'm challenging you guys to start it. There are a lot of tools that you can use to monitor, softwares that you need to learn. Plenty of it. Plenty of it. Free software that can use to test. Udemy should be your best friend. Udemy should be your best friend to learn C, C++, C#, Java, Python, React Native. Those are softwares that you need to start building a lot of things for yourself. Now we have AI, my brothers and sisters. The impact of AI cannot be overemphasized. Use AI, learn it. Regenerative AI, generative AI, adaptive AI, plenty of it. Start learning it, start building yourself. Don't just have head knowledge. I've told you, head knowledge will not take you far. It will not. It might give you that job, you speak all the grammar at the interview, but when it's time for you to show working, you start blabbing. They'll fire you or they'll relegate you to one side. So focus on it, learn it. It's not a must that you follow what I've done or what other person have done, but you can learn all these tools, integrate them into the functionality of your space. I'm proud. I'm happy to tell you that I have software there for facilities management, for smart metering there, and I'm proud of myself, of my achievement. I'm really proud of myself, and I'm challenging myself for more. That's why I'm challenging you guys also. There are a lot of tools that I can use for analysis, in terms of metering, in terms of control. You can set a timeline for the energy you want to consume. Once you get to that point, you get a notification. It will send you a report, automatic report about your consumption. And it has a calendar where you can check whether I use this day, whether I use that, and the AI will give you analysis of what has been happening. So those are things you need to start building. You need to start engaging yourself to be a better person, and you need to start training also. Have the knowledge, train the next generation, train your technicians so that they can also know what to know. That also builds your capacity and helps you to be better. Next slide, please. I'm running out of time. So I mentioned about reporting. Myself and Mr. Chima, we did a training on ISO 50001. Which year was that? 2014 or 2015 by GIZ. GIZ put us in the hotel for 1 week to train us on ISO 50001. So that is a whole lot of tools and techniques that you can integrate into your building. I visited my school 3 years ago for academic leave. I wanted to just go and have my leave, but also to do some side lecturing in my department, mechanical engineering, and they welcomed me to take maintenance management, ME 300 then. And I saw a guy at the workshop. It's an idea. So I'm saying an idea to some of you that want to run with it. So the whole idea is that hotels do have individual water heater in their rooms. So this guy now built like a dish using mirror. He calculated the U coefficient of mirror and also some other materials. And you use that to attract solar energy. So he created the solar panel, in short, in summary, a solar panel in an oval shape that attracts energy, and our energy passes through some conductive materials and water through it. Just the way a refrigerant passes through the what's the name of this material? Copper pipe. And there's heat exchange between the evaporator and the environment, and goes to the condenser, compressor, and all that process like that. Do you understand? So he did that same thing so that from one source, just using solar energy alone, you supply hot water to the entire hotel room. But guess what? That project is there in the workshop at the back of the faculty department, not in use. I'm not ready for it yet. Do you understand? I'm actually not ready for it yet. But I told myself the day I'm ready for it yet, I'm ready for it, I'm going to go and call him. I'm not going to steal his idea. Wherever I need him outside the country, get permission from him, and I'm going to drive that solution. That is the next big thing for hotel. I've never seen any hotel that used that solution. But it was his idea, he have never utilized it. It's a good idea. So I'm selling it to you guys. How you can, don't just copy, improve what he has done. One source, just go to a hotel, go to Protea, go to Radisson Blue, go to Intercontinental Hotel. All of them have water heater. Maybe Ibis do not have water heater per their rooms. I think they have central water heater. Some even have boiler, 4 points by Sheraton has boiler, very big boiler. Guess what? Do you know amount of energy boiler do consume, except the ones that have economizer that reduces their consumption? But imagine you throw all those away, you avoid all those ones, and you are now using a solar dish to generate heat. How fantastic is that? You'll be a champion wherever you are. So I'm challenging you guys again and again and again and again. Move away from the normal status quo. Show working. Tell yourself, I must show working, so I will make this place a better place. In conclusion, effective energy management in facilities is very essential for economic and environmental sustainability. Embracing advanced technology, renewable energy solutions, robust monitoring practices, facilities can significantly reduce energy consumption and costs. Continue focus on innovative strategies and compliance with standards will enhance overall performance and sustainability. I want to thank all of you for your time. I also want to thank the team changing the slides. You are very intelligent. You just thought about that. If I don't start training this slide with this man, this man will spend another 1 hour. Thank you so much for being smart. Thank you so much, everyone. God bless you. I'd like to take your questions now.
Thank you very much, Dr. Olumide Aina. Please, a round of applause for him from your, yes, I can see lots of claps already. Awesome, awesome. Thank you very much. Um, I think that this session was not only full of information, but I would say it was full of a lot of challenges. I mean, this is really good. I think that we should have more webinars that take this kind of structure where people don't just leave with slides or attend, but they leave, challenged to be better and to do better. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, please indicate by raising up your hand, or you can type your questions in the chat box if you are not comfortable speaking. All right, I have Ben. Ben, the floor is yours. Please go ahead with your question. Make it very short, please. Very short. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for the presentation. My question is to the presenter. From where you are now, how did you start this journey? That's my question.
I think my upbringing helped me. My home upbringing and my personality. Like I told you, I don't know how to cram. In my studies, if I check my transcript, any course that is filled with stories, I don't really perform very well. But any course that is filled with calculations, I perform very well there. Because once I just know the principle, it's very easy for me. But the ones that I will have to cram, I don't really perform. I want to understand it and learn it. That's one. Number two, I have a principle. I feel the knowledge I have, it shouldn't be for me alone. It should be for humanity. And if I'm benefiting what Albert Einstein, Michael Faraday, Isaac Newton, and so many other people have done that I'm benefiting for, why can't I just write, do things and hedge my own name in the sands of time, like Olumide Aina did this, invented this to, cause a change, transformation in the life of people. Like some of you are motivated with what I'm saying, what you've heard today. So that's my motivation. Just want to make a difference. So in that, I had to study, I had to learn so many things I didn't know, I had to unlearn so many things that are not really working for me, are not even really relevant in the scheme of things now. So that's just like my personal drive. So that has taken me to, learn so many things, go into other fields, safety, facilities management, tech, software development, mobile app development, so many other things, just to make sure that I balance it and I have a better, a robust understanding of how things should work and preparing myself for future challenges. So that's just it. And also, finally, a mentor, someone to guide me, someone to hold my hand. Not a mentor that I'll be asking for, Oga, I never chop, Oga, I need money. No. Strictly formal. That's how you can grow. You can have an informal relationship with them, strictly formal. Learn from them. Your whole purpose is to go and learn from them. So it's not going to be convenient for you. Trust me. It's not. When flight was cheap, I had to go to Abuja to meet my mentor when I was in Lagos. So get a mentor. Engage your mentor. Your mentor will not. A good mentor will not shout you down. Will not pull you away, but will always be drawing you close. If they can't have time for you, say, I'm going for this conference, join me there. I'm going for this meeting, join me there. That's how I got close to my mentor. And when opportunity came, Olumide, can you do this? I go and do it. I don't have time. Go and check this and learn it. You are doing this presentation for me. You are presenting for me. I have a problem. Can you solve it for me? Or send it to me. Let me try. That's how I built myself to this place. And the grace of God, obviously, that made things easy for me. Thank you.
Thank you for the answers. We have a question from Ugwai Ugochukwu, and he says, to what extent should energy management prioritize comfort versus efficiency in building design?
They should go pari passu. So you can't over design for energy management to save so much cost, and the end user will be suffering. We don't want to use energy, and the ACs will not be on. There are a lot of different types of ACs. You have inverter ACs that don't consume more. There are a lot of fakes around, or plenty fakes that you cannot even fix. Do you understand? But there are some that are good, that like the, what's it called? Media inverter ACs for media. They are very, very good, and you can buy them. They're a little bit expensive, but their future costs, vis-a-vis what you want to benefit from it, you'll get the financial gains later on. So there must be a balance. You should consider the users first before you now start squeezing life out of them, before you now start generating so much heat that they cannot even use fan, they can't use AC. Everywhere is sealed because you don't want them to consume energy. You can stagger work at the workplace, come to work 2 times in a week. They work at home, integrate some technologies to mentor their performance. You can switch to salary based on performance. You know, it will pay you based on your performance, based on your deliverables, and they will be reporting. There are a lot of softwares to that, whereby you put each job like a task, like a project management. As you finish it, you tick it, and as you are ticking it, if your salary is 100,000, the first tick you do is 10,000 naira. So, and they will have programmed you that everything is 100,000 naira in a month. So how far you can tick all that will finish it up will determine how much you earn in a month. So it's based on its performance-based rating. So that sometimes is too meticulous. A lot of people don't like it, but some organizations do use it. So that's my advice for you. So when designing, engage a facility manager. You understand the operational aspect, the end-to-end of building users and the experience, so that you'll be able to be mild with the design. Thank you. Next question.
Yes, we have one from Adela Kun Okoyemi, who says, "What advice do you have for students to help us build a good foundation?"
Okay, so built environment enthusiasts and energy management enthusiasts. Number one, get a mentor that is focused in that line. Mr. Chima is a very good person that can be a mentor. I can also mentor people that are ready to work, that are available. Do you understand? So you can start from there. One, that's number one. Number two, you need to pick your area of specialization. You want to be interested in renewable? Do you want to be an energy assessor? Do you want to be an energy consultant? You understand? So that you determine that. Once you pick a side that you want to focus on, your mentor will be able to guide you into that light for you to be able to grow. And again, if you want to grow, you need a lot of knowledge. A lot of knowledge. Go to Allison, go to Udemy. There are a lot of free courses. Their course is just 3,000, 5,000. Sometimes they do promo. They get it as low as 2,500. Just buy it and put it there. It's a lifetime course. It's a lifetime course. Do you understand? So just put it there and be doing it in piecemeal. And that's how I learned all these things. Oh, trust me. That's how I learned electronics. That's how I learned how to solder again, to do all these things again over time. I learned it in school when I was doing electrical electronics engineering course, E201, E232, E231, all those things. But I now started learning them again. I now understand superimposition, Thevenin, a lot of principles. That, oh, so this is what the lecturer was even saying. Oh, okay, this thing is simple now. This thing is straightforward. But because they did not teach us practically and they didn't have enough resources that we have today on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Instagram, Facebook, go to YouTube, just type on energy management principles. You see it, just put on your headphone, you start learning, gradually start putting things down. I have a lab, I have a lab where we develop things. For those that are interested, that want to learn, and for those that want to do intent, that also want to be trained, please, you can engage me through Mr. Chima so that we can see what we can do. I love to build with you for you to grow and become mature in what you're doing. Thank you very much. Any
All
other
right.
question?
Yes, we have lots of questions actually. So we'll just try to make the response very short. I think we have about three
Okay.
minutes or
Short,
thereabouts.
straight to the answer.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Ikechukwu is asking, where can we access your previous training videos? We'll share that. We have a YouTube page. We'll share this webinar. Do you mentor others? So Dr. Olumide has answered that question.
Yes.
Yes, he does. So
Next question. Yes, I
just send
mentioned
us a
that.
message and then we'll reach out to Dr. Olumide. My field is
Yeah.
electrical. Do you have professionals in all fields? I think the answer to this would be yes, but reach out to us to
Yeah.
clarify that question. Osasu
Yes.
asks, how can one develop something for business to be able to carry out periodic energy audits without necessarily calling in a professional? So how do I carry out
Okay,
audits
let
by
me answer
myself?
that.
Yes.
Let me answer that. Our smart meter, e-checker smart meter does automatic audit for you. It measures your when there's high voltage, low voltage, you get notification. When there's phase failure, you get a notification. And it's a mobile app that you see everything. Once a load is not balanced on the three phases, you see it. Everything is there live. Okay, so it has error code that it will show you. It has AI integration that will prompt you on so many things that are happening. So if you want to get more information, you can visit my page on LinkedIn, my company page. You can check it also to help you, in that line. Sorry, nobody has asked a question about joining our Association of Facilities Management. Go to our website, afmpn.org. We have our conference next month, 24th to 25th of September at Faculty of Social Science, University of Lagos. Interestingly, we are even doing something about tech. Interestingly, do you understand? So we'll talk about all these things there. Please come around. It's free of charge. Free of charge. Come register online. Once you go to the page, you see the link to registration. Just register and you are there. Okay, so those are the kind of things you need to be doing. Get involved, attend webinars, go for conferences, even if it's a paid conference, pay and build your own future and be a better version of yourself. Okay, thank you. Next question. We have
All right.
about 2
So
minutes to go.
thank you very much. We have 2 minutes to go, but I would say that in order for us to end the session properly and for us to have a very good recording for all of you, I would say all your questions now will be copied and will be sent to Dr. Olumide. He will then provide all the responses. Dr. Olumide will give us all the details of the association, all the events, and everything. So when we send you an email with all the links for the videos for the session, you will see all the information that are required that you need from Dr. Olumide. We will share them with you at the same time so that you have everything in one email. Okay? So thank you to everyone for joining us today. Without you, this webinar is impossible. And also many thanks to our special guests and my friend Dr. Olumide Aina for making out time to be here. I know you are a very, very, very busy man, but thank you very much for coming to share with us your knowledge, for challenging us to be better people. Thank you very much. We are very grateful. So
Thank
until next
you. Thank
time,
you.
bye for now. We will share the videos, we will share everything that you need. All the information will be passed across to you. Thank you very much.
Yes. Yeah.
Bye for now.
All right. Thank you so much. God bless you.